Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a foundation first impression. I'm going to be trying out the new Profusion Cosmetics Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector foundation. I also have a Profusion foundation brush to try out as well. So if you'd like to see my thoughts and a 10-hour wear test, please keep watching. So I'm just going to go ahead and prep my skin, and then I will read you guys the claims and some more details about this foundation. So I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Primer Serum. I really like this stuff. I did self-tan a couple days ago, so I always self-tan my face. I know a lot of people don't, but like, I don't like when you can see the difference between like what my skin tone looks like and then the rest of my body. It's just personal preference. So I always self-tan my face, and most of the time I can get away with it, but now that it's like winter time and my dry patches really like to come out in the winter time. So right here I have like a cluster of dryness and like a pimple that's like healing. So just wanted to point that out, but the rest of my face feels pretty normal, I guess, but I usually get pretty dry like right around here in case you're new to my channel. So I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose Primer Spray as well, just for some added hydration. So this is what it looks like. This is the front, and it's just a hard plastic. You can see. So I like the packaging. It's very like slimming, travel friendly, storage friendly. So the front of it says Profusion Cosmetics Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector, has hyaluronic acid, medium to full coverage, natural satin finish, and has SPF of 15. It's cruelty free and vegan. I actually ordered mine straight from the Profusion website, but you can get this at Walmart. I got the shade medium 3 neutral. It says, using a brush or your fingertips, apply a small amount onto your skin starting at the center of your face and blend outwards. Layer on for desired coverage. And then I'm going to go ahead and open the brush too. So all their brushes come in this kind of like plastic packaging, so you just tear off the top. I also have an entire video testing out the Profusion eye brushes, so I'll definitely link that in my description box if you're looking for some more affordable brushes. But this is my first time trying out any of their new face brushes, but I do love the eye brushes. So this is the Buffing Foundation FD1. It's a lot smaller than I would normally prefer for a foundation. Like, to me this looks like something I would use for like cream contour, but the handle of the brush is like a soft matte black with like a little bit of like a light gold right here, and then the two-toned bristles. Let me look up to see how much this is real quick. So this retails for $5 and it has 5 stars on their website. Okay, so I'm super excited for that. Some of their other face brushes look really nice as well. I might have to get a couple more of those. So let's go ahead and read some things about this foundation. So this retails for $7, and on Walmart.com it retails for $6.98. This has 4.5 stars out of 96 reviews. It comes in 12 different shades. It says the satin finish skin perfector is infused with hyaluronic acid and packed with SPF of 15 to keep your skin protected, hydrated, allowing your radiance to glow from within. And then I have the shade medium 3 neutral, which I think I told you guys. This says it's a neutral medium shade with neutral undertones. I kind of wish I would have, I don't know, I guess we'll see when I apply it on the face, but I feel like I should have got maybe like a warm undertone, but we'll see. A couple of the reviews, it says, I love this foundation. I did get the wrong shade, but it wears nicely on the skin. I do wish there was more of a shade selection. Another awesome product from Profusion. This foundation is fantastic. It's lightweight, feels nice on the skin, and blends well. What's this one? I have had a heck of a time finding a good foundation, and this has surprised me. It's not drying, it goes on smoothly, and has a naturally dewy look without feeling greasy. So as always, I'm going to do one side with a brush and one side with a damp sponge. So I'm using this damp sponge that I got from the 99-cent store, which I'm like convinced is a dupe for the Real Technique sponge. So I've talked about this a few times. I just need to go back and see if they still have it so I can show you guys the packaging. So I'm just going to shake this up. It's a little hard to shake, and then you just twist off top. I think it'll work out, but you can see like my self tan is definitely more warm. I don't know what I was thinking. I feel like a couple years ago, like my favorite kind of undertone for foundation used to be neutral cool undertones, but that went best with like my natural tan from the sun. But now that I've kind of stayed out of the sun and been self-tanning, I have more of like a warm undertone, and I always like seem to forget that. But okay, so I'm gonna go in with about this much, and I'm gonna start with this side of my face, and I'm gonna try out the brush with it first. Oh, okay, I think that's a pretty good shade match. This does seem like a thicker foundation. This brush is nice too, but like I said, I thought, like, to me this is something that I would use for like a cream contour, but it does look nice on the skin, and it is blending out really nice, and this brush is nice too. So I'm just taking like a little bit at a time and I'm just pressing that in. I definitely feel like a little bit of this foundation goes a long way, because you can see how much I still have on the back of my hand, and I pretty much have full coverage. And I really wanted to cover up this area down here because it's all red and pimply. But for this being like a neutral undertone foundation, I feel like it's blending in like really nice with my more warmer self-tan. Oh, okay, so it kind of has like a clean floral scent. Either that or it's the brush, but I'm pretty sure it's the foundation. So it does have a scent, but it's not like overwhelming or anything. Oh, this is really nice. To me, it looks more matte. I'm not really getting a dewy effect like some of the reviews said. Like, to me, it looks more like a soft matte. That's one side with the brush, and then that's a side with nothing yet, obviously. But yeah, I like the brush, and yeah, I like the coverage. It feels really nice. Okay, so let's do this side with a sponge. Maybe it'll look more dewy applied with the sponge, we'll see. Ooh, okay. A little bit goes a long way, that's for sure. I like that. And surprisingly, I feel like I have to use even less product with the sponge to get the coverage that I want, which is, it's normally the other way around. Like, you have to use a brush and the sponges usually soak up more product, but it looks really good. Like I said, I wish it was actually dewy like the review said, but maybe I just need to use like a dewier primer or something. But yeah, I think it's definitely more glowy applied with a sponge and more like a soft matte applied with a brush. So I guess it just depends on what finish that you want. But both sides I think look really good, and I feel like I got full coverage. It doesn't really feel, I'm like, it doesn't really feel like I have a lot on my face either, which is nice. I'm just gonna go over this side with a sponge just to make sure I don't have any like brush strokes. Yeah, it feels really nice. I actually really like this. So this is what my skin looks like up close. I feel like this is a foundation though that I would like more in the spring, summer months, like early fall, just because it's like the winter time right now and it's really cold, and I feel like my skin just does not do the best with like soft matte foundations in the winter time, but it does look really nice. So I want to keep this drugstore since the foundation is drugstore, so I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer. I've been using this on my like no makeup days. When I don't use foundation, I just go in with this concealer like under my eyes in the center of my face, and it looks so good. I kind of forgot about it. I don't even know if people still use this because it does have like that burning sensation, but anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. This is in the shade 10 Classic Ivory, so it might be a little light, but so another thing too, like whenever I wear like some kind of matte foundation, I like to use a more hydrating concealer. Oh, it's actually not too light. It looks like it's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna go over for that too. It's like, I can't be the only one, but I feel like wearing a mask is really starting to make me like break out, and I don't even leave the house that often. So I'm having to like figure out ways to cover that up. So I'm just using this Morphe E45 and blending out that concealer. I like this concealer too because like I don't have to set it even when I use it by itself and like not on top of foundation. It looks really nice. And like I said, especially for those no makeup days, like the less products the more, you know what I mean? So if I don't have to set a concealer with powder, like that's even better. Use my sponge for the rest. Although I am gonna set these pimples with powder because the concealer is a little bit like reflective, so I feel like I need to matte out the pimples so that way you can't really see them. Okay, so this is what my skin looks like with foundation and concealer. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my brows off camera and do a little bit of cream contour because that's like the best way for me to contour my nose, and I'll be right back. So I filled in my brows and did a little bit of cream contour on my nose and my lips, and my face actually set down, so I think I'm gonna skip powder today. Normally I always set like right around here, but it's not sticky at all. So I mean, that might be the first time this has happened to me. It's been a while since I've tried out a foundation or used a foundation that set down completely that I didn't have to set. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup. Let's go ahead and do the call time. It is 1:03, so we'll just say 1 o'clock, and I'll be right back and I'll tell you guys what I used and what my thoughts are. Alright, so I'm back. I tried a few new techniques that I have seen on TikTok when it comes to makeup, and I have to film a video on these things. Like, my makeup routine, like just everything is changed from now on. But so I saw people on TikTok start to put their blush and their bronzer like up here instead of like right here where I would normally, and I already have pretty high cheekbones, so I was just like, oh, I don't need to do that or whatever, but I did it anyways, and I feel like it just like really lifted my face and I'm loving it. So I applied the blush just from here all the way up to here on both sides, and then I also did the same with my bronzer, and then I took my highlighter and I put it right here and brought it all the way up as well, and then I put a little bit of highlighter on the apples of my cheeks, which I always do, but I didn't put any blush right here, which that is something that I've done for years, and wow, like I feel like I look younger even. The next thing that I did is I tried the technique where you put the false lashes underneath your natural lashes, and it's supposed to look like lash extensions, and oh my goodness. Like, so a few thoughts crossed my mind before I did this. I thought for sure it was going to make my vision blurry, because when I apply lashes on my lash line, sometimes I can't really see it. Like, it like makes my eyes kind of like squint, and it like feels heavy, and that didn't happen. Like, I can't even feel them. If you've ever had lash extensions, that's kind of what it feels like. Like, I can kind of see them, you know, but it's not like distracting at all. Like, this is like life-changing. I cannot get over how much these look like lash extensions. It's insane. So I just went in with the Kiss Poise lashes. I cut them in half, and then I applied 2 sections on each eye, and then I used the Kiss Falscara, and it looks like this. So you take the bonding side and you paint your natural lashes at the lash line, and then you slip the lash underneath it, and it's weird. It kind of worked. Okay, these aren't magnetic or anything. This isn't like the magnetic liner or anything, but it's weird how the lash just stuck to the bond. It was weird. I don't know. So then after you put your lash underneath your natural lashes, you go in with the other side called Seal, and you just paint that all around just to like really adhere the lash to your lash. And what? Like, I'm never getting lash extensions again. Like, I thought about it, but then now that I can do it this way and then I can rub my eyes, that's like the biggest thing I don't like about lash extensions is I can't touch my eyes. But my life has fully changed. Like, what? This look, what? And then also for the Kiss Falscara line, they have like the lashes that you're supposed to use, but I didn't. I just used a different kind of lash. So I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be fooled into thinking that you can only use the Falscara lash line because I used a different one. And then the other technique I saw, this girl said that she skipped the lower lash line mascara and eyeshadow and everything, and she just took the highlighter she used on her face and ran it all the way underneath, and then also in the inner corner and the brow bone. So you use the same shade for brow bone, inner corner, and all the way underneath your lash line, and it's supposed to make your eyes look nice, bright, and big and open. And I want to take a couple pictures so I can see what it really looks like in a picture, but yeah, I like it. I feel like it makes me look like I'm awake. So yeah, anyway, so I want to tell you guys everything else that's on my face. So I went in with the Kiko Tucson Sunshine Radiant Bronzer in the shade Sweet Honey. If you saw my video, I did a first impressions on this, and I was like my natural skin tone, which is kind of like light fair right now, and I was like, oh, I bet this would work on a tan skin tone, and it did. So it's very versatile, so if you had your eye on it, definitely pick it up. I can use it with my fair light skin and my tan skin, and it looks perfect. Love it. For blush, I used this Morphe blush palette. This is in the shade, why do I always forget? Oh, 8W, and I use this hot pink shade. Well, it's not really hot pink, it's more of like a wearable pink, but it's called Goals. It's right here. I use that for blush. For highlighter, I used, where did it go? Oh, Benefit Tickle highlighter, and this is what this looks like. I was trying to keep this entire like video drugstore, and honestly I just forgot, so I apologize that I threw in some more high-end products, but if it counts, I got this half off. And then for a little bit of eyeshadow, or just to like set my lids, I just use this Wet n Wild Photo Focus pressed powder in the shade Golden Tan. This is what it looks like, and I just used my finger and just like patted out the creases and then kind of pulled it out for my eyeshadow look. I think that's, oh, and my lips, I used the Shayla Times ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF3. I used to use this all the time and busted it out again. And then for my lip color, I always lose things. I use this. I don't even know if they make this anymore, but this is from Gerard Cosmetics Whitening Lightning whatever, and this is the Candy Kiss lip gloss. So it's a super pale kind of peachy pink shade. So that's everything that's on my face. So I told you guys that I wasn't going to set my face with powder because it dried down, and I didn't, and I feel like the bronzer, blush, and highlighter went on nice. It didn't get like chunky or muddy or anything. And yeah, look at these lashes. I can't get over this. Oh, for my brows, I just used my Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Blonde. I'm trying to use it up. I used my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe, and then my Essence Make Me Brow in Blondie Brows. And then I just carved the bottom out with the CoverGirl concealer. But yeah, this is what my skin looks like up close. This is crazy. But anyway, so I really like how everything looks. I can already tell, like, I have a feeling that this foundation is going to be pretty long wearing, so I'm excited to wear it throughout the day and just see like where it's at. But this is a close-up of my face. So I'll be back in about 4 hours for my first check-in. Hey guys, so I'm back for my first check-in. It is 5:01. I've had this foundation on for 4 hours, so I just want to look up close and see what it looks like. So overall, it still looks exactly how it looked after I first applied it, which is awesome since it has been on my face for 4 hours. It did go into my forehead lines a little bit, which I'm not terribly worried about it because I have bangs, but if I chose to wear my bangs out of my face, it would be something that I would not like, because there's only some foundations that don't do that to me, and it has to be like really lightweight and like a luminous foundation. Even though some people said that this was a dewy luminous foundation, I definitely don't agree. Like, I didn't even set it and it's like a soft matte. But, and then too, like if I use like a full coverage foundation, every time, it doesn't matter the brand, it always goes in these lines and my laugh lines, and this one did go in my laugh lines as well, which it doesn't bother me too much if I can buff them out. So I'm just going to take the foundation brush and buff them out, so that's okay. I was worried about this little patch right here that I told you that was like a dry patch, like a dry flaky patch with like a pimple or so in it, and it didn't cling to that at all, and it didn't really like exaggerate it. Like I feel like no matter what type of foundation you use, like if it's lightweight, dewy, matte, whatever, like it almost always exaggerates a dry patch. So like you could see that it's there, but it's not like really bad. Hopefully that makes sense. My cheeks still look really nice. I think it looks really good for me not having to set it with powder. Like I can't get over that. My concealer did crease a little bit, but I was on FaceTime, so I was like laughing and you know, all of that. But other than that, it still looks really good. I really like it. I really like it. And I feel like I'm really picky with matte foundations because most of them don't work for me, but this one, like, it looks really good. Like it looks really nice. So, and these lashes, like I can't get over these lashes. I know this video is supposed to be about the Profusion foundation, but I can't get over these lashes. Like I'm still just like, what? But anyway, so everything still looks really good. I have zero complaints. So I will see you guys back in another 4 hours, and I will have had this foundation on for 8 hours. So we'll see. So far, I don't feel like I need to powder or anything, but probably at like the 8-hour mark, I'll probably have to powder my forehead, but we'll see, and I will see you guys here in a little bit. Hey guys, so I'm back for my 8-hour check-in. It's 9:09 right now. I just want to look up close and see. I mean, from a distance, it looks pretty good. It looks like it's getting a little bit shiny on my forehead though. Let's see. Yeah, definitely a little oily, but not terrible. And then my nose is actually getting pretty oily. Wow, I don't think I've ever noticed that about my nose before. So I think I'm going to put a little bit of powder on my nose, like right here, and then some on my forehead. Just so I am going to apply a little bit like right here and then on my nose and like maybe around here. Just because sometimes when you apply powder, you only have to do it once, and then other times you have to do it like on the hour, every hour. So I just want to see like what's going to happen. I almost always use this powder. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Press Powder. This is like an OG product, I feel like, and with just every new product that's come out, this one I feel like has gotten like pushed to the side, and it's still really good. Like I remember buying this before I really knew that much about makeup, and I'm still using it, and I've used a lot of different makeup and I still go back to it. So if you're looking for an affordable, it doesn't even matter I guess if it's affordable because it's good. Again, this is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and it does come in different shades. So I'm just gonna apply some. I like to keep this powder in my purse too because I just really like it. Okay, so I'm just gonna lightly pat my forehead. I also saw this new product from Revlon, I think it was Revlon. I think I'm gonna get it. It was called like the volcanic roller or something like that, and it looks like a deodorant stick, but I guess you just like roll it over the areas that you're getting oily, and it takes off the oil without taking off your makeup. So I really want to try that out. I'm dry skin, but I do get a little oily, but I don't think it's because of me. I think it's just because of the makeup that I use. It makes my skin like more oily, I guess. Okay, this is what my skin looks like after 8 hours of wear. It still looks really good. I had a feeling that this was going to be pretty long lasting, and it definitely is. So I'm going to leave you guys, and I'll be back in 2 hours for my final 10-hour check-in. Hey guys, so it is 11 o'clock. So I'm back for my final check-in. I'm just going to do a quick up-close look. It still looks the exact same from when I saw you guys last time. Even with me adding the powder, it still looks the same. So I definitely feel like this is a long-wearing, long-lasting foundation. I really like it. I'm going to probably use it the rest of the week. That's what I normally do when I do a foundation first impression. And if I really like it, I'll use it for like a week or two, and then I'll find another one that I really like. But yeah, I really like it. I like that it's kind of like less is more, I guess. Like you only need a little bit of product to get full coverage. I really like this brush too, and like I told you guys at the beginning, it wasn't something that I thought I would like for foundation because to me it looks like a cream contour brush, but I really like the foundation applied with this brush. So yeah, I definitely recommend the Profusion Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector. I definitely believe that it is medium to full coverage. I feel like I got full coverage and I feel like it lasted a really long time. I feel like this is one of those foundations that I would definitely trust if I knew I was going to be gone all day. Like, I would definitely use this. And what else do I want to tell you? It says natural satin finish, but again, I feel like it's more matte. So maybe I just need to use like a more like dewy moisturizer maybe, or more of like a dewy primer to make it look a little bit more dewy like some of the reviews said. If not, I just used my regular primers, you know, and it was more of like a soft matte finish, which I don't mind, but like I said, only some matte foundations work for me. The only two that I can think of at the top of my head right now is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation and the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Infallible, what is it called? Infallible Pro Matte. That's what it is. Those are the only two at the top of my head that I can think of that work for me that are matte. But yeah, this is so good. I also think that if you have oily skin, you'll love this. Like, I really think so. I think it's very versatile between dry, normal, and oily skin, just depending on what primer that you use. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me for this 10-hour check-in. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this foundation review and wear test of the new Profusion foundation. And also let me know if you guys have tried out this foundation in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.